Walk down the health aisle of any major supermarket, and you will see wall-to-wall displays of colorful foil wrappers. They promise 20 grams of clean muscle-building protein, 0 sugar, sustained energy, and peak performance. Millions of busy professionals, athletes, and parents reach for these wrappers every single day, convincing themselves they are making a smart, healthy choice. Behind those bold front toe-pack promises lies a multi-billion-dollar industry operating inside regulatory loopholes. Many of the most popular bars on store shelves are structurally indistinguishable from standard candy bars. In some cases, their metabolic impact is actually worse. An extensive investigation into ingredient lists, clinical research on novel sweeteners, independent lab tests, and corporate manufacturing practices reveals a striking reality. Out of 16 widely consumed protein bar brands evaluated across major retailers, 12 fail basic nutrition criteria due to hidden sugars, digestive irritants, low-quality protein sources, and misleading label tricks. Only for brands genuinely deliver clean, transparent nutrition. Understanding how this happened requires looking past the glossy marketing imagery to examine what is actually inside these wrappers. The investigation begins with one of the most iconic names in energy products. For decades, outdoor enthusiasts and athletes relied on original Clif bars for long hikes and intense endurance sessions. The brand built an empire on an image of rugged health and active outdoor lifestyle. The reality hidden behind the mountain graphics tells a very different story for the average person sitting at a desk. A single traditional Clif bar contains up to 21 grams of added sugars, primarily derived from brown rice syrup and organic cane sugar. Metabolic research confirms that brown rice syrup has a higher glycemic index than pure table sugar. It's causing a sharp spike in blood glucose, followed by an inevitable energy crash. What was originally engineered as high-calorie trail fuel for extreme endurance sports is now consumed as a casual mid-morning snack by everyday consumers who have no idea they are eating the sugar equivalent of 2 standard chocolate bars. Moving from high sugar to high calories, the next major seller sitting on convenience store counters presents a different issue. Metarek's Big 100 bars are marketed to bodybuilders and gym goers as a massive protein kick. With over 400 calories and over 30 grams of protein per serving, it looks like an ideal mass builder. The issue lies in the quality of those calories. A look at the ingredient list reveals cheap soy protein isolate as a main driver. Combined with high fructose corn syrup, fractionated palm kernel oil, and artificial flavors. Now, palm kernel oil is high in saturated fats, used primarily to stabilize shelf life and cheapen manufacturing costs rather than provide nutritional value. The massive calorie count comes not from nutrient-dense whole foods, but from industrial fats and refined sweeteners engineered to extend shelf life for years. Then there is Pure Protein, a brand that built its reputation on ultra-low sugar and affordable high protein. Millions of fitness enthusiasts buy these by the box, assuming 0 sugar means 0 consequences. The secret behind that sweet chocolate taste without real sugar is a sugar alcohol known as maltitol. Food manufacturers love maltitol because it tastes nearly identical to table sugar and costs very little to produce. What the front label leaves out is how maltitol behaves inside the body. Studies show that maltitol has a glycemic index significantly higher than almost all other sugar substitutes, meaning it still causes a notable blood sugar and insulin response. Furthermore, maltitol is poorly absorbed in the small intestine, drawing water into the gut and fermenting in the large intestine. For millions of consumers, this results in severe bloating, stomach cramping, and digestive distress that they rarely attribute to their daily health bar. A similar pattern appears with Think High Protein bars, positioned as a sophisticated choice for health-conscious professionals with its sleek packaging and claim of 0 grams of sugar. The fine print tells the same story. The product relies heavily on maltitol and heavy doses of soy protein isolate. Soy isolate is produced through extensive chemical processing, often using chemical solvents like hexane to separate the fat from the bean, leaving behind a highly processed protein powder stripped of natural cofactors. Consumers believe they are making a clean choice, but they are consuming an industrially processed food matrix held together by polyols that frequently upset stomach chemistry. Another grocery staple comes from a legendary sports drink empire. Gatorade whey protein bars are stocked in high school weight rooms, college training facilities, and gas stations across the nation. Bearing the famous lightning bolt, consumers trust the brand as an athletic necessity. Looking past the Sports Authority reveals a formula packed with 29 grams of sugar, high fructose corn syrup, and hydrogenated oils. The protein content comes primarily from cheap milk protein concentrate and whey, surrounded by a candy coating that rivals junk food deserts. It is marketed as athletic recovery, but metabolically, it functions as a candy bar with added whey powder. The iconic Power Bar Protein Plus presents another clear contrast between historical reputation and modern formulation. As one of the original pioneers of the energy bar market, Power Bar holds a permanent spot in consumer trust. Today, the Protein Plus variant utilizes heavy amounts of sugar alcohols, fractionated oils, and low-cost soy proteins to maintain profitability in a crowded market. The formula shifted toward mass commercial survival while relying on nostalgia to keep buyers loyal. Then comes One Bar, famous for its birthday cake and donut flavors promising 20 grams of protein and only 1 gram of sugar. The taste profile is undeniably impressive, engineered to mimic bakery treats. Achieving that flavor profile requires a heavy reliance on synthetic fibers like soluble corn fiber, combined with artificial sweeteners like sucralose and sugar alcohols. Soluble corn fiber is used to pad the dietary fiber count on the back label, lowering net carb calculations on paper. Recent clinical trials suggest that certain processed synthetic fibers do not behave like natural vegetable fibers in the gut, and some individuals still experience blood sugar fluctuations despite the low sugar claim. The consumer gets a hyperpalatable dessert simulation, but the body gets a complex mix of industrial novel fibers and artificial chemical sweeteners. Quest bars popularized the modern low-net carb revolution. For years, fitness influencers praised Quest for pioneered formulas high in fiber and low in active carbohydrates. The brand remains a retail juggernaut. Over time, manufacturing changes shifted the fiber source to soluble corn fiber, and heavy artificial flavor systems were introduced to keep production scalable. Many consumers report significant gastrointestinal distress after daily consumption, stemming from the combination of high doses of isolated fibers, erythritol, and sucralose. What was once seen as a revolutionary clean snack evolved into an ultra-processed food matrix that relies on complex lab ingredients to achieve its favorable macro counts. Grenade carb. Tequila bars have taken the global market by storm with their distinctive tactical packaging and thick chocolate layers. The taste and texture match high-end chocolate bars. Independent nutrition analysis reveals that this indulgence comes at a cost. The bars are loaded with maltitol palm oil, bovine collagen, hydrolysate, and artificial flavorings. Collagen protein provides a cheap way to inflate the total protein count on the label. But collagen lacks a complete essential amino acid profile required for optimal muscle protein synthesis compared to pure whey or egg protein. Consumers pay a premium price thinking they are getting high-tier muscle recovery, while receiving a substantial amount of incomplete collagen protein wrapped in saturated palm fat and digestive disrupting polyols. Zone diet bars leverage medical terminology and Zone nutrition science to project authority. The packaging suggests clinical backing and precise macronutrient balance. Reading the ingredient breakdown reveals standard commercial fillers, including palm oil, high glycemic corn syrups, and soy protein blends. The scientific branding acts as an authority illusion, masking a formula that differs very little from standard shelf-stable snacks. Fit Crunch bars, developed by celebrity chefs, advertise unbeatable gourmet flavor. They win visual and taste comparisons across every metric. The reality is that Fit Crunch makes no secret of being a baked confectionery bar. It contains high levels of saturated fat, palm kernel oil, sugar alcohols, and artificial colors like yellow 5 and red 40 in certain coatings. It is an extraordinary piece of food engineering, but consuming synthetic food dyes, hydrogenated fats, and sugar alcohols daily runs counter to basic long-term health optimization. The final product in the watch list is the Cliff Builder Bar. Unlike the original Trail Bar, the Builder line targets weightlifters with 20 grams of protein. The foundation of this bar remains heavy brown rice syrup and beet juice concentrate, delivering up to 17 grams of sugar alongside low-cost soy isolate. The high sugar concentration creates rapid insulin spikes, making it far from ideal for those looking to build lean mass without accumulating unwanted body fat. When evaluating these 12 popular choices, a clear pattern emerges. Brands frequently trade clean, whole food ingredients for long shelf stability. Cheap protein sources like soy isolate and collagen, and artificial sweetening systems that disrupt gut health. The consumer pays top dollar under the impression that they are investing in health, while receiving highly engineered food products designed primarily for manufacturing efficiency and high shelf life. Finding a truly healthy protein bar requires looking for 4 specific criteria. First, minimal processing using real, recognizable whole foods. Second, clean protein sources such as grass-fed whey, isolate, organic egg whites, or organic plant protein blends. Third, total transparency and sweetening, relying on naturally low glycemic whole foods or clean natural sweeteners like monk fruit. Fourth, an absence of digestive irritants like maltitol, synthetic fiber fillers, and cheap palm oils. Only for brands fully met these strict investigative criteria. The first top-tier product is RXBAR. The brand disrupted the entire industry by printing its complete ingredient list right on the front of the packaging. A typical bar contains 3 egg whites, 6 almonds, 4 cashews, and 2 dates. There are no added sugars, no sugar alcohols, no soy isolates, and no synthetic fibers. The protein comes directly from real egg whites, providing a complete amino acid profile with maximum bioavailability. The natural sweetness comes from whole dates, providing natural fiber, potassium, and micronutrients. There are no hidden chemical tricks or regulatory loopholes. What you read on the label is exactly what your body digests. The second outstanding brand is Aloha Organic Protein Bar. For those seeking plant-based nutrition, Aloha sets the gold standard for clean manufacturing. Certified USDA organic and non-GMO project verified. These bars utilize a protein blend of organic brown rice and organic pumpkin seed protein. Instead of relying on maltitol or artificial sweeteners, Aloha uses organic coconut sugar and organic tapioca fiber. The healthy fats come from organic macadamia nuts and pumpkin seeds rather than processed palm kernel oil. The result is a clean, easily digestible bar that provides steady energy without triggering gut inflammation or blood sugar spikes. The third exceptional choice is RXBAR. Specifically, their simple 3-ingredient whey line, made with just honey, almonds, and whey protein isolate. RXBAR eliminates every unnecessary additive, emulsifier, and artificial preservative. Whey protein isolate is the highest quality form of whey, stripped of lactose and fat, making it exceptionally easy on the stomach while delivering rich essential amino acids. The simple combination of real nuts for healthy fats, honey for natural carbohydrate energy, and premium whey isolate makes it one of the cleanest functional foods available on market shelves. The final winner is the Epic Provisions Meat and Fruit Bar. For consumers focused on real whole foods, low glycemic impact, and zero processing chemicals, Epic offers a complete departure from traditional sweet bars. Made from grass-fed bison, beef, or free-range chicken combined with simple spices and dried fruits, these bars deliver real animal protein in its most unadulterated form. There are no sugar alcohols, no isolated fibers, no soy fillers, and no artificial sweeteners. It is pure nutrient-dense food preserved through traditional smoking and drying methods. The contrast between these two groups of products reveals the core reality of the modern health food industry. Marketing claims on the front of a package exist to sell a product. The ingredient list on the back exists because the law requires it. Before grabbing your next post-workout snack, flip the wrapper over. Look past the bold claims of high protein and zero sugar. Check for hidden maltitol, cheap soy isolates, synthetic fibers, and palm oils. Choose products built on simple whole foods that respect your digestive health and genuine fitness goals. Your body knows the difference between real nutrition and clever chemistry.